There's a moment, subtle, almost invisible, when a woman stops just noticing you and starts imagining you. And the dangerous part? She'll never say it out loud, not directly. But if you know what to look for, the signs are everywhere. Hidden in the way she looks at you, the way she pauses, the way her energy shifts when you walk into the room. Miss these signs, and you'll think she's just being nice. Catch them, and you'll realize she's been thinking about you far more than you ever imagined. It starts with something small, something most men completely overlook. She begins to react to you before you even say anything. You walk in, and there's this split second where her body responds. A micro expression, a soft inhale, a shift in posture. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's real. Because when a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, her mind has already built a version of you, one that exists beyond reality. And when she sees you in person, there's a quiet collision between imagination and presence. You'll notice she lingers, just a little longer than necessary. Conversations that should end, don't. Eye contact that should break, stretches. And it's not accidental. It's intentional hesitation. Because in her mind, she's not just talking to you. She's feeling you. There's an emotional layering happening beneath the surface, where every word you say carries more weight than it should. And then there's the way she remembers things. Not just the big, obvious details, but the tiny, almost forgettable ones. A random comment you made weeks ago. A preference you mentioned casually. She stores it. Because when a woman is mentally invested, her brain treats you like something important. Something worth revisiting. That's not logic. That's emotional attachment forming quietly in the background. But here's where it gets even more interesting. She'll start testing your attention without you realizing it. Pulling back slightly just to see if you notice. Changing her tone, her energy, her availability. Not to play games, but to answer a question she won't ask directly. Is he thinking about me the way I'm thinking about him? And if you're paying attention, you'll feel that shift, that tension, that unspoken curiosity building between you. Because the truth is, when a woman can't stop thinking about you, she doesn't chase you in obvious ways. She pulls you into her world without you even realizing it. When a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, emotional control becomes her silent battle. She doesn't want to reveal how much space you're taking up in her mind, so she starts managing her reactions. You'll notice she holds back compliments she clearly wants to give. She filters her words, even when there's something deeper sitting right beneath the surface. It's like she's constantly editing herself around you. Not because she's uninterested, but because she's trying not to expose just how interested she really is. And then comes one of the most revealing signs. She becomes unusually aware of your presence. Not in a loud, obvious way, but in subtle adjustments. Her tone softens when she speaks to you compared to others. Her body angles toward you, even in group settings. And sometimes, without realizing it, she mirrors you. Your gestures, your pace, your energy. This isn't imitation. It's subconscious alignment. It's what happens when someone feels mentally and emotionally pulled toward you. But here's where it gets deeper. She starts creating small opportunities to be noticed by you. Not by chasing, but by positioning herself just close enough. Maybe she enters conversations she normally wouldn't. Maybe she reacts to things you say a little more than necessary. It's not attention-seeking in the way most people think. It's targeted, controlled, intentional. Because in her mind, your attention means something different now. At the same time, she might avoid certain situations where her feelings could become too obvious. If there's too much tension, too much eye contact, too much silence between you, she might suddenly disengage. Not because she's losing interest, but because the intensity is becoming harder to hide. That push and pull you feel? It's not random. It's her trying to stay composed while her imagination keeps pulling her closer to you. And if you really pay attention, you'll notice something even more powerful. She reacts to you emotionally, even when nothing emotional is happening. A simple comment from you can shift her mood. A delayed response from you can linger in her mind longer than it should. Because at this point, you're no longer just a person in her life. You've become a thought she returns to, again and again. But the most undeniable sign, the one almost no one talks about, is how she behaves when she thinks you're not paying attention. There will be times when she looks at you. Not the quick, casual glance she gives everyone else, but something deeper, longer, more absorbed. It's the kind of look that lingers just a second too long before she pulls away, almost like she got caught somewhere she wasn't supposed to be. And the moment you notice her noticing you, she'll instantly shift. Maybe she looks down, maybe she distracts herself, maybe she suddenly finds something else to focus on. But that brief moment, that's unfiltered interest, the kind that comes from someone who's been thinking about you when you're not around. And then there's her energy when she believes you're out of reach. Watch how she behaves when you're engaged with someone else, when your attention isn't on her. There's a subtle change, a quiet tension. She might go a little quieter, a little more distant, or sometimes the opposite, becoming slightly more animated, as if trying to pull your awareness back without making it obvious. It's not jealousy in the dramatic sense. It's emotional investment revealing itself in micro-reactions. You'll also notice something else. She studies you. Not in an intense or uncomfortable way, but in small, almost invisible observations. The way you react to things, the way you speak to others, the patterns in your behavior. Because when a woman is fantasizing about you, she's not just imagining moments. She's building a deeper understanding of who you are. She's filling in the gaps, connecting details, creating a more complete picture of you in her mind. And here's where it becomes even more telling. She starts responding to versions of you that you haven't even fully shown yet. She anticipates your reactions. She smiles before you finish speaking. She seems to already get you on a level that feels unusually fast. That's not coincidence. That's the result of mental and emotional replay. You've been on her mind enough that she's already walked through different versions of you in her head. But the most revealing moment of all is when there's silence between you. No distractions. No conversation to hide behind. Just presence. If she holds that silence with you, if she stays, even when it would be easier to leave, that's not comfort. That's desire wrapped in control. Because silence exposes everything she's trying to hide. She starts watching how you respond to her. Not just what you say, but how you make her feel. This is where most men fail without even knowing it. They stay surface level, playful, distracted, while she's operating on a completely different emotional depth. And when that gap becomes too wide, something inside her begins to close. Not because she lost interest, but because she doesn't feel seen in the way she needs to be. But if you do the opposite, if you meet her in that unspoken space, everything changes. You'll notice she begins to relax around you in a way that feels almost intimate, even without physical touch. Her energy softens, her guard lowers, and the push and pull starts fading. Because now she's no longer trying to hide her thoughts. She's slowly allowing you into them. Her responses become more genuine, less filtered. She starts sharing pieces of herself that she wouldn't normally reveal so easily, not because she decided to, but because she feels safe enough to stop holding back. And here's the truth most people never talk about. When a woman has been secretly fantasizing about you, she doesn't just want your attention. She wants your awareness. She wants to feel like you understand something about her that others don't. That you can read between the lines. That you can feel what she's not saying. If you stay oblivious, she'll slowly detach and you'll never know why things faded. It won't be dramatic. No confrontation. Just distance. Growing quietly until she's gone emotionally, even if she's still physically there. But if you recognize it, if you respond with presence, confidence, and emotional intelligence, you become something rare in her world. Someone who didn't just notice her actions, but understood her inner experience.